Would you sacrifice your family for your happiness, or would you sacrifice your happiness for your family?
If I'm not happy, no.
What about you?
I would definitely go for my happiness, because what is life about if we're not trying to be happy?
And what about you?
I've actually been there and done that, and I did choose my happiness, and I'm happy I did.
With all of your answers, this is the reason why women initiate 70 to 80% of the divorces, because you prioritize your happiness over your family. Marriage, to be honest, isn't about happiness. Marriage is about purpose and duty. Happiness is fleeting. It's up and down, meaning that you're happy at one moment and then you're not happy another moment. Men, we could be unhappy. We act despite how we feel. There's guys that suffer in sexless relationships, sexless marriages, and still stay with that woman.
You have one life to live. Why would you sit there and be miserable for the rest of your life?
Men, we don't think the world revolves around us. Like, men really love a girl. You just love that man based off how you feel. I think the only thing you do love is your feelings. Men, we don't prioritize the way we feel. We prioritize what's real, and that's family, that's the woman, that's the children. So we'll sacrifice our happiness for a relationship without a problem.
So, question number 1. Do you think that it's acceptable to sacrifice your family for your happiness?
Yeah, I do actually. I think that you find, like, exactly like what he said in the video, you find purpose in doing things for the people you love, like for your family. So I think because of how I was raised and how it is in my country, it's more of like you basically do everything for the kids. You stay in your marriage for the kids. You find purpose in making your kids happy. So if your kids are happy, they're okay, you're happy. It doesn't really matter what then happens, but like you find happiness in making your family happy. Do you get what I mean?
So you're sacrificing your happiness for your family, not your family for your happiness.
Yes.
I think that you should get married because that's the thing that you want to become happy.
What, family?
Yeah.
I feel you. You're saying as long as you have a family, you should be happy, huh? That sounds so good. That has never come across an American's brain. I could promise you that. I could promise you that. That's never come across an American's brain. I've never heard an answer. That was a beautiful answer. I've never heard an answer that beautiful before.
I don't think that you should choose between happiness and your family, because one of the girls there said, I mean, you're going to marry and you're going to start a family because you're happy, with the person, with your partner. So I don't think you should need to sacrifice. If you need to sacrifice and choose one or two, it's wrong. You're probably in the wrong place.
So, do you think that you can raise a more successful child in a house in which two parents are unhappy or dislike each other, or in a single parent household?
That one depends. I think it depends on the severity of how much the parents don't like each other. Because there's some situations that become too toxic because you guys just aren't happy with each other, and it kind of leaks onto the kids. Your unhappiness leaks onto the kids, and that's actually not a good environment. So sometimes it is better for them to just be away from each other, to not be together and raise them separately, than for them to raise them together in a very toxic household where you will ruin your kids' perspective on relationships because of your relationship. So I think you'd rather single. In fact, yeah, single parent households are actually good sometimes.
I think it will be easier in a single parent house. Yes, because
I agree.
I think if you are unhappy as a mom, with the guy that you are in the same house, probably it's gonna be a good feeling every day. And if you want to have good kids with the great values and everything, the first thing that you have to do is give them example of who you are, what do you doing, and how do you act, how do you, you know, be around of life. So that's my answer, I could say. Yeah.
I agree. They got to see you happy to know what happiness is, you know? And if they see you
Exactly.
sad all the time, then that's a lot of bad energy that you're going to be putting into the world, they're going to be putting into the world, and
Yeah.
yeah, that could end up bad. So I definitely agree because this was a question I asked before when I was younger when my parents were always arguing. My parents stayed together, but I always would often think, like, why is she still here? You know, like,
If
well,
they
and even
hate
as
each other.
even as I got older, I was like, you know, because my brothers have some issues, and I'm like, I wonder if she left and put us in an environment in which she was more mentally healthy, if my brothers wouldn't be crazy like they are. I'm not gonna say they're crazy, but they have issues.
I think probably the child would be happier in a single parent house because, you know, like growing up watching your parents fight and being unhappy, it's going to affect how the child grows up. So I think in a single parent house would be better.
Like he said, men, they be in sexless marriages. They be in marriages in which the woman has a baby and gains 100 pounds and she's huge. I mean, and men still stick around. I mean, now a
Yeah,
man
I
might.
mean, they probably stick around, but they have like four girls,
Yeah, I was gonna say
like four not
that.
girlfriends.
They might
So
cheat,
what's
but
the
they still stick
point?
around for the kids though. Like I don't. They might have a.
Yeah,
But the family stays intact, and you don't think that that's
no,
you
but
don't.
you're not teaching your child what family is about. Like if you stay like that in that kind of family, what is your child going to learn about family? Like when he grows up, he's going to do the same, probably.
He's gonna
So
learn to stick it out for his kids and stay with his woman.
no, no, that's wrong. That's the wrong way.
I don't know, man. I'm
Don't
a
do
man,
that.
and I want to say, is it wrong? I mean, you're staying with your like. Even if the women did the same thing, like she's unhappy and she went out. I don't know. Well, women are able to do that and not get caught better than men are. Like a woman could go out, she's unhappy with her husband, go out on a date, go do this and that, and you could come back home. The guy probably wouldn't even know. He'll think you was out with your friends, and you could keep your family together. But instead of getting divorced and tearing your family apart, I don't know, man. I think, I mean, you have an open relationship.
They usually say, "Oh, I'm staying for the kids. I'll stay married for my kids."
That's what
And
my mom said.
I don't think they actually pursue happiness and like people outside would. It's kind of like, you know, it is what it is. He's cheated. We'll go back together. But, you know, we're raising our kids together in the same household. It makes life easier. They just kind of just stay with their man. They never
So do
leave their
men
man.
do men cheat often in Zimbabwe?
Oh my God, crazy. Like,
Men cheat
it's
everywhere. It's crazy. What is the divorce rate in your country? We've already seen it's 33%. But the real question is, in your eyes, are most married people that you know happily married or unhappily married?
Unhappy married. That's for sure.
Y'all only know better than us then. Jeez.
Absolutely happy. You know what? I think because it's hard. They're kind of used to, and they just we have some like a dicho like they say les gusta la mala vida. They say like living like that, living like with that. You know, they're kind of used to. But there is starts to become like a cycle, and everything is like they don't even know they are in an unhappy marriage. They are just complaining, but they don't know that they are happy or not. If you ask, what is your marriage? How are you happy? And they probably gonna say, yes, I'm happy. I just have one thing. It's he when he doesn't and start complaining, but she's happy. So
I think they're unhappily married, most of them. I don't think they're very happily married, especially the older generation. I think most of them are just unhappy and they just want someone that they can live with, try and stand them. for the rest of their lives. But I don't think most married couples are happily married. It's
Do you know you're
most,
the third person I asked that question, and everybody said the exact same thing, that people are not unhappily married?
yeah.
So does
And
marriage
it's,
work? In 2025, marriage clearly doesn't work, right? If
yeah,
everybody's
no.
saying that they're unhappily married, the divorce rate. So the divorce rate just said 20% in your country. That's very good compared to America, which is 60%. Okay, what?
Okay.
Question number 3. What is the divorce rate in your country? I looked it up, and it's a shocking 7%, which is crazy low compared to the 60% in the United States. But in your eyes, are most people that you know happily married or unhappily married in your country?
They are not married,
You don't know
to
many
be
married
honest.
people. You don't know many married
But
people.
no, I do not. Like I do know at least 3 couples, and they seem happy, but
Really,
I
they
don't
seem
see
they seem
normally
happy.
married people. Yes, because people here usually like just stay in a relationship and they move together. Like they don't marry or anything. They just move and start to live together. They probably have kids, but they don't get married.
Okay, so as far as people who are living together, because in the United States we call that commonwealth. I think it's commonwealth marriage,
I
common
think I've
marriage,
heard.
something like that. Um, After 7 years, you're like married legally. You're like legally married after 7 years of living together in the United States. But those people who are living together, the ones that you know, most of them are happy, like happily cohabitating, living together.
Yes, they seem happy. I think
Seem.
they are.
Okay, I asked a few people this question. I asked the girl from Mexico this. She said no. The girl from the Philippines said no. So I'm
You
like,
see?
marriage must not work then. Marriage must not work. If you're telling me they're not married and they're happy, and
Yes.
the people get married and they become unhappy, that contract, that's telling you right there that that contract is messing everything up.
It's
So
quite
so the girl that braids my hair, she's from Mali, and she tells me that in Mali, if there's a divorce, the man gets the children. And
really.
but then I was like, this is what I said. I was like, oh, that's a awesome idea because if the men raise the children, if they're raising young men, then they're gonna teach young men how to be men, and consequently, there won't be as much violence. Like in America, the women get the men. The women teach men to be emotional like women, and that's why there's so much violence. So
Yeah.
she's like, she didn't quite agree with it, but she told me that the crime rate in Mali is extremely low. And I think that's the
Oh.
reason. I think that's the reason why. If you're on a boat, it's you, your husband, and your child, and the boat's sinking, and only 2 people can go. It's you, and you have to save either your husband or your child. Which one do you save?
God, that's a hard one. That's definitely a hard one. But I could say, like, because I'm in a relationship and I really love him, and he's like the love of my life, and I could say him totally, 100%.
Aw, really? I
Yeah.
heard. Hey, they say that's the correct answer, but that's not my answer. I'm sorry, I can't. If my wife and my child is drowning, I'm sorry, but
No,
I can't let my baby. But they
no,
say,
no.
but they
It's
say you're supposed to change. You're supposed to save your husband because you could just make another child. That's what they're saying. But
no. I'm saying the life is better with him, and it's the life is better without kids. It's good without kids, and also of course will be good with kids.
oh, this
But
sounds
it's
terrible.
not like they will belong to each other, and we belong to the end, the beginning to the end, no matter what. That's my point of view. So he will be first forever.
Oh, that's so sweet. Nah, we gotta find America. Look, that's why guys go overseas because an American woman would never say that. Like I said, I don't know anything about your country. So, what is the average? How does your country look at the average black male? Because in America, they look at us like we're criminals. I told you they just follow me to the bathroom for no reason. How does your
Yeah.
country look at the average black male?
Actually, he's just a man. A man
But he's
that
not a
can
criminal.
work.
He's not a criminal.
Unless if you look a certain type of way, obviously. But no one's just gonna look at a black man walking down the street and think, he's a criminal. Like he is not good. No.
Yeah, that's
I
why I
think
need
we
to move
don't.
to Africa. I've been thinking about moving to Ghana or Kenya because I'm talking about, yeah, if I walk down the street looking just like I'm looking right now, every white person's gonna look. So in Zimbabwe, how I look right now, I look like a criminal.
Not
Yeah,
like a criminal. I think they
the hip
go
hop
straight.
style, the hip hop style is criminal in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, somewhat. Like, they can't be like, oh, he's one of those. He
Yeah,
smokes. He smokes and he probably does other things. But yeah, not like
that's completely how it is in America. That's why they follow me into the bathroom.